All right, shalom. First and foremost, all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone. Here we are again, GMS Wisconsin camp. This segment is dealing with the Baja faith.
Yeah, let me see the Baha. Yeah, the elders came on, and y'all fill in. The elders came on the actual internet doing the UN lesson. They did an excellent lesson outside of the UN, and it was about the Baha faith.
Yeah.
And we had a brother in our camp who, was into Islam and so forth. We all was into we all was in some form of a Gentile state of mind. Let's get that understood. Mm-hmm. So we had brothers that was actually in the Islamic religion and actually got to be a part of being exposed to the Baha faith without us even knowing it. So we actually seen the elders years later and years before we even came into the truth bring up the Baha faith. He said, wait a minute, don't we got like a actual pamphlet?
Pamphlet, yeah.
And so forth, but I'll let the brother give his own testimony.
Yeah, because they gave me a pamphlet after the after I was with them back then, so I had it for a long period of time.
Just give them the how did you come about? How did they pitch it to you to come to this?
They gave
conference.
Obviously, they like you. All right, he gonna pamphlet about the Baha faith, man. Read about him, study about him. Then you might come apart.
Right. But I'm saying, did they do it from the mosque that you was attending, or did they just in general, somebody just gave it to you?
Well, actually, it wasn't at the mosque. It was at that place that was at downtown right there.
Was that a place y'all used to meet?
Yeah, but it's still from the same people from the mosque.
Right. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Is the mosque actually members promoting this?
Yeah, the members.
Right. Yeah. Right. Because they gave it to me at that place when I called you. You told me to get out of there. Right. That's when they first gave it to me.
And this will actually be considered like one of y'all elders. I mean, I don't know what people call the Islam leaders, but right. So this is actually this is being backed and funded and approved from imams, they leaders basically.
Yeah.
Right here in Kenosha. Go ahead, finish it.
So they're recruiting everywhere. Yeah. So they was passing out the pamphlet to everybody. So just to let everybody know, they was actually showing people about how they showing like the one world order thing too. How they gather all these different religions together. So they put the Baha'i faith together, the Baptist and Islam. So Christian and Islam. So they put Baha'i with it too. That's how I got the pamphlet.
Oh, so they never actually came and said that you finna drop Islam and join Baha. That you can actually be Islamic, but just be a part of this overall sector.
Right. So yeah, that's why they gave. Right, that's why they gave me that. So
because that's exactly how the Masons do their members. They say you don't have to drop whatever you believe in, whether it was Lutheran, Catholic, Protestant, Christian, Islam. Stay what you was. Matter of fact, for you to even be a member, you have to be one of those. Yeah, you have to because they know it's of Satan. Yeah. But now you can become one of our members, a part of the community, because the community go back to Al-Barith, which is the god of Satan, which goes back to Babylon, and that one world order god that you under, that comes from your Christian whatever denomination, is from Satan, the Babylonian deity too. Yeah. Same thing. So no matter which way you get the light, the 100 rays of light is coming from Satan.
Obviously, they want to stop all the differences between religions and have them bring them all together.
Right.
Which ain't nothing but Babel, Tower of Babel.
Wow. That's exactly what it is. So we're gonna go into show them the pamphlet so they'll see how to look.
Yep.
Pull that photo up so I can actually see, make sure that we see what they see.
Oh yeah, we got it right.
We have half the thing done. We're talking good.
Yeah, they can see it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they can see the whole thing, step by step. I'm gonna get like a literally walkthrough on what we see when we open.
So I'm gonna start from here. Yeah.
So in another testimony, example
come on,
is
one page at a time. I want them to actually see it like if they were standing here. It started from who's up here. Yeah.
So when we were in Islam, they had a thing called Islamophobia.
Yeah.
And they brought in the Christian leader, and the basis of the whole.
So this is the pages that's actually in this Baha faith, and imagery speak a lot let alone having literature on it.
Yep.
On the front of the page, it got what? The world, meaning love. It's about the world. It's about harmony. Then the next page is what is the BAHA?
Yeah, what is the BAHA?
They give you general information on, like, you can pull up Wikipedia about anything. So let's go into the BAHA a little bit, since we actually talking about it, before we go into the symbol.
Okay. This is It said. I'll just read it from here. Okay. It says, "What is the Baha faith? The Baha faith is the newest of the world religions. Only recently has the public come to recognize that it is, in fact, a major religion, one worthy of study and reflection."
And you notice they always telling you to go study it, because that's Satan making it seem like he don't have nothing to hide.
That's exactly what they told me. Just study it.
Yeah, go and study. Which it's not him hiding; it's him renaming himself. Which we're gonna actually go and show you what's the Baha and how it refashioned itself and renamed itself. That's why you can't even keep up on this.
Okay, it says, the Baha faith began in Persia, now Iran, in the middle of the 19th century. It was directly preceded by the Baha faith, founded in 1844 by the Bab, whose name means gate or door. He foretold the coming of a new prophet of God, just as John the Baptist had foretold the coming of Christ. In 1863, a distinguished Persian nobleman announced that he was not only the one promised for the Bab, but also the promised one of all the world's religions, who would usher in an age of peace for all humankind. His name was Baha'u'llah, which means the glory of God. Baha'u'llah called upon all people to give up their prejudice and to recognize the fellowship of all humankind as children of one loving God. He said the time had come for humanity to unite under a common faith.
Right, okay. Which is the one world what?
Yep.
So we see what their philosophy is about with this whole Baha religion.
Okay.
And so forth. Just go to the next page.
Okay.
And
And
that's
that's the guy on the screen that I was just reading.
Yeah, we'll go back into it.
Okay.
Just showing y'all what's the pamphlet that we actually got here in this town. They might have other pamphlet, because I'm pretty sure me researching this and seeing how the tentacles go, all of us ain't getting these same packets. That's why I'm showing what they gave us.
Alright, the next thing is unity of religion, the oneness of God.
And this is how they, which we ain't gonna read none of them, but this is how they symbols look when they get all religions to come under they one world, they one house. Which, what's the name of the house that they call it?
Pantheon.
Okay. Which we can go into the history of that now. On what is Pantheon.
Yeah, they can. And then harmony of science and religion.
Right, they bring in everything, and even science, into the religion.
Yeah. They go to other symbols, which is the Islam symbol.
Right, showing you that they only put all them symbols on there because one of them you can identify with. It's really about that first united of religion symbol.
Yeah, those two.
And then they even show you, since y'all like to be popular, the end of the packet actually show how they're spreading across the world, because nowadays they got y'all in the majority rule. Or let's become a group or a pack or a team or organization. That's why y'all all going around asking us what organization we belong to. Mm-hmm. And we keep saying Israelite nationality. What's that?
Right.
Even though you just heard us say nationality. Yeah, that last one came back. And this the name of the building of when they get all your gods into one. It's called Pantheon. That's it, right?
Yep. Okay.
Which we're going to actually show you where they got that from, because everything got a history.
And that building in Wilmette, Illinois. Raleigh, Illinois.
Yep.
Okay. Show them the Pantheon building. Show them the history.
There you go. Pantheon, Rome.
Right, everything come from Rome. Rome had all the gods in this building. They call it Pantheon. That's that same building that you look at Baha built, which they gonna pantheonize all y'all at the UN, because that's who funding this whole thing.
Yeah, because Baha is an official religion of the UN.
Yeah.
So yeah, you gotta be, if you're under their order, you gotta be, it's their rule, house rule.
Wait a little bit on this one. Okay. This is Pantheon Rome. Pantheon Latin, pantheon, an adjective understood as temple consecrated to all gods, is building in Rome, Italy, commissioned by Marcus Agrippa during the reign of Augustus as a temple to all the gods of ancient Rome.
See that? That's where that came from. History repeats itself.
Kind of.
So Rome actually did that, and they doing it today.
Yep.
And it's believed that was adopted from the Greek Empire, because the reign of Augustus is a couple of years. He reigned from the Greek Empire going into the Roman Empire. This is when the Roman Empire was just taking down the Greeks, and they adopted all their customs. So this has been recycled just like everything else in the world.
Yeah.
And rebuilt by the Emperor Hadrian about 126 AD.
Right, Hadrian. He made it into the Jewish state, like completely. He renamed the Jewish state. It became Palestine. Officially, it became Palestine. So,
it says the building is circular with a portico of large Grantine Corinthian Columbus, 8 in the first rank of 2 groups of 4 behind. Under a pediment, a rectangular vestibule.
Which that's the exact building that who was that that's sitting in? Oh, I'm gonna give you the name. Go ahead, finish. Yeah. That's the same building that Abraham Lincoln sit in at Washington. Make sure you flash that building up in the background.
Okay, a rectangular vestibule links the porch to the rotunda, which is under a coffered concrete dome.
Yep, and that's the same building. Once again, like the brother just said, in Rome, they have a building called the Rotunda building, where they have all their monuments and their artwork and stuff. And on the top of the Rotunda building, on the dome, you have a painting called the Apotheosis of Washington, which basically means Washington is rising to the height of the Most High.
Being a god. Yeah. And that's we'll actually show you that too.
With a central opening, a colus to the sky. Almost 2,000 years after it was built, the Pantheon's dome is still the world's largest unreinforced concrete dome.
And the oculus is a little circle that they put in the top, and that's to you actually stick a telescope out of the top so you can view the star constellations.
The height to the oculus and the diameter of the interior circle are the same, 43.3 meters.
Right, they go there with numerology.
Yep,
alignments.
Yep. It says, it is one of the best preserved of all Roman buildings. It has been continuous use throughout its history, and since the 7th century, the Pantheon has been used as Roman Catholic Church dedicated to Saint Mary and martyrs.
Right, exactly. See, that is dedicated to Saint Mary and the martyrs. Now, read that whole breakdown. Because we finna show you that this is back to the worship of the Queen of Heaven.
The one world religion, pantheism, is common to all gods.
And that's what the brother was reading about, where they put all the gods in that building.
Yep. Pantheon is a temple for all gods.
And that's what we're reading about.
Pantheists believe that all gods are one. Then,
And now we actually have some brothers who actually believe that. And we're going to give the names, but we're going to get into them next, though. But we'll get into the brothers later. If we just keep going with this, I'm getting excited. But you devils, right?
You have
Black devils, too.
You have on the back of the dollar and on the back of your coins or your currency a pluribus unum.
Yeah, make sure you flash that.
Which means out of many, one. You have
and make sure you put Obama on here saying that. And that's why I'm bluntly saying that on wax.
Damn scripture, First Maccabees 1:41.
Yeah, no.
Okay. It says, then they have a Basilica of St. Francis, Assist, Italy, October 27, 1986. That's a video. And it's also coincides with sexual magic.
Yeah, which shit. Take that video on YouTube.
Okay.
Okay. Keep going. We're gonna actually show you the video. Give you a little something. We're gonna show you all of it. We're gonna give you a glimpse.
Country work. It's what allows us to pursue our individual dreams and yet still come together as one American family. E pluribus unum, out of many, one. In the end, that's what this election is about. Do we participate in a politics of cynicism, or do we participate in
Which the brother put it in on post-production.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, it makes sense. I'll put it on post-production. Because what it shows is, I mean, y'all gonna see it anyway. It shows that the Pope and them all giving all the religions a chance to announce themselves on a major stage. They gave them that media outlet. They had everybody there, from the Buddhists to Islam to Hinduism. It's an old video. What year was that?
1986.
Right, 86. This is how far back this video go. And brother actually show you the clippings of that video. Because the Roman Catholic Church usher in all these Queen of Heaven worshipers. Because they the mother of it.
It says it also coincides with sexual magic. By a guy named Pascal Beverly Randolph.
Yeah, he should be already up there.
Yeah.
They put everybody up.
There we go.
Read about him a little bit.
Okay, now this is Pascal Beverly Randolph. Was an American medical doctor, occultist, spiritualist, trance medium, which means he dealt with the spirits, familiar spirits, and writer. He is notable as perhaps the first person to introduce the principle of sex magic to Northern America, and according to A.E. Waite, establishing the earliest known Rosicrucian order in the United States.
Yeah, so he started the first Rosicrucian right here in the United States.
Yeah.
And he had the qualifications to it.
Yep. He was the devil.
Yeah. So yeah, guys like him support all of this. Okay, we'll keep going.
Okay, that's it.
And you have Mary, which are the Catholics. Thor, which is an Egyptian god of the arts. And Isis, which represents Wicca.
Yeah. So that's America, Babylon the Great, bringing in those spirits and formulating it into one religion called the Baha. Because all y'all got them spirits on y'all in one form or fashion.
That's right.
No matter if you're a Christian, Islam, or whatever sect. Okay, we'll go back. That's it. Let's go into the dude.
Alan.
Yeah, no, Abin Bar, whatever his name is.
Abbott.
No, that's it. This one.
Oh, Abdul Baha.
I don't say his name. Did you find where I got his name from? Arabic. Scroll down because we got to do that. No, it's a second.
Oh yeah.
Because it got to tell you in there what his name is.
Okay. Master.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Right
Go
there.
ahead, read that part.
It says Abdul Baha, servant of the glory of God. He is commonly referred to Baha texts as the Master, and received the title of KBE after his personal storage of grain was used to relieve famine in Palestine following World War I, but never used the title.
Right, so he was calling himself Master.
Yep.
The scripture tells you don't call nobody Master.
Yep.
And get the part too where he was, get the part right where he was looking, where he was sitting among the learned men like he's learned men. Because that's in there too. Or, right now, was that me and you who called us off of it? Remember we was reading about him sitting along the learned man? No, that was me.
He was trying to make up the story as if he was
Yeah, like
Howard
he was
Shah.
Howard Shot. Remember I was just saying that?
Yep.
Where you catch that from off of that?
I guess I'm trying to
Yeah, it's at the top.
Okay.
But we can do that. Don't worry about the Satan angel exposed to us. Don't worry about that. Just get, because I got the page and all that. Yeah.
Oh, you blew it up.
All right, this is Matthew chapter 23 and 9. It say, and call no man your father upon the earth.
Yeah, call no man, no father upon earth. That's why they say that he was called that, but he never wanted someone to acknowledge him.
Right, exactly.
That's information, disinformation. That's because they knew this scripture was going to come out about this damn, I don't know what to call him. Where he's from?
Palestine.
Moabite, Edomite, what? Ishmaelite, what is it?
Most likely
Ishmael.
Ishmaelite, yeah.
Or Elon.
Yeah.
And he doing a Masonic gesture too, by the way.
Yeah, with his
And
hand.
make sure you get that out of Kodak's Magica. Since y'all got us up for publicizing y'all books, since I'm a spokesman,
Right.
so I'm always bringing Kodak's Magica in it. So yeah, on Kodak's Magica, this nigga Abdullah holding his hand like a damn devil.
Yep.
Go ahead, go.
For one is your Father which is in heaven.
Not on earth.
Luke 2.
Neither be ye called masters.
See that? Don't be called master and don't call nobody your father.
Yep.
And he guilty of both of those.
For one is your master, even Yahweh.
Exactly.
That's
So
the
he went
number one.
against the law. Abdullah did. Read the part about him sitting alone, learning man.
Okay. This is
Because they got to give you a mystical story like somebody the world know about. Yahweh Shah.
during his, and I gotta highlight it so you both can see it. It says during his youth he was shaped by his father and was regarded as an outstanding member of the Baha's exile community. As a teenager, he was his father's you say the word out? Ammunicense.
Yep.
Okay, ammunicense. And was regularly seen debating the theological issues with the learned men of the area.
Right. So so all they did was gave him a story like somebody we know. So let's go to the text. Since y'all plagiarizing,
Yep.
polite. Sound familiar?
This is Luke chapter 2, verse 44. Verse 43.
I had my this is a side note. I had a friend of mine. He got an Albanian girlfriend, and he told the Albanian girlfriend who went to Islam. He said, "Look," he said, "why do y'all always refer to the Bible, but the Bible don't never refer to none of y'all books?" And he said she was stumped. He said he laughed so hysterical. She was so stumped. He never seen her spirit stumped like that, right? So I said, I waited, and when my son left, and I said, "Son, I wonder where he plagiarized that conversation from."
Right.
Go ahead.
This is Luke chapter 2, verse 43.
Picking up tips.
And when they had fulfilled the
Got no
days,
choice from your
as they
father.
returned, the child Yahushua tarried behind in Jerusalem. And Joseph and his mother knew not of it. But they, supposing him to have been in the company, went a day's journey, and they sought him among their kinsfolk and acquaintance. And when they found him not, they turned back again to Jerusalem, seeking him. And it came to pass that after 3 days they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions.
So this is where this Abdullah got that story from.
Yep.
That's where they plagiarized it from.
And all that heard him were astonished in his understanding and answers. And when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou thus dwelt with us? Behold, thy father and I have sought thee sorrowing. And he said unto them, How is it that ye sought me? Was he not that I must be about my father's business?
Exactly. So that's that on that. But we just giving you the text on where they get
Information.
they how do you say it?
Storyline.
They storyline.
Like
Thank you.
biographies.
Yeah,
Right?
they
He's not
biography.
the only way because it makes him legit.
Yep.
All right. Now, Ahmadiyya Muslim, they do the same thing with their promised Messiah.
Hazrat Glu Ahmed.
Right. They do the same thing. They use Bible scriptures to prove that he's the promised Messiah. All right?
Yeah, like that one about the Rock.
Yeah.
Get it real quick.
Yeah. Like the one about the Rock. I had to come rock that motherfucker. that ain't what's rocking. That Rock was talking about us.
Yep.
We the Rock.
Yep.
Right, because they use the scripture to see the very elect. What's the
Matthew.
The Matthew 24.
Yeah.
I think probably 17 verse.
Okay. When y'all get it, let me know. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna show how Muhammad got plagiarized. Well, not Muhammad. I'm sorry. What's his name again?
Abdul.
No, I am. Let them say the Islam shit.
Oh, Hazrat.
Hazrat Ghulam Ahmad.
Right. How he plagiarized from the scriptures too. So we're gonna kill two birds with one stone today.
And because they are part of the Baha'i faith anyway, they initialized their leaders to be like at the forefront. Because we had this thing called Islamophobia when I was in Islam, when I was in that madness. Basically, letting the Christians come in and to see what we were about, to see what the Islamic people were about. Yeah. So yeah, they was all in this whole Baha'i faith as well.
Yeah, rationalizing them into the system.
And that's where this brother got the pamphlet from. He was referred by somebody, imam that was in the
Islamic sect.
Right.
He was calling himself a missionary because he was going he always go to different parts of the world and push Islam.
Agent
Provocateur.
Yep. Come on, dude. What's the name of it? We're gonna go into the Baha and Satan Angel exposed. We're gonna expose who Satan Angels are, and then we'll go into these flunky niggas like what? Alan
Leroy Locke.
Yeah, give his first name. Alan.
Yeah, Elaine. Woman ass name.
We got a woman.
Because that man is known as the third. He ranked 36 out of 100 black interns. People who influence the black community, he ranked 36 out of 100. So you got to give him this respect.
Mm-hmm. This is page 102 of Satan Angel Exposed. It says, in today's world, Zoroastrianism is another religion coming out of Iran, BAHA. Mirza Ali Muhammad was the son of a Persian merchant. On May 23, 1844, he claimed to be a manifestation of public evidence or demonstration of God on earth. He gave himself the title.
No, you keep going.
He gave himself the title of Bab. This is Arabic for gate.
They say the same thing inside there. That no, was it inside this one? Was it gate? Yeah, it said the same thing in this pamphlet right here about gate. That means it means a door or gate, and the opening is to what? To this one world order God, kind of community by LPR.
It's Arabic for gate. He predicted that an even greater deliverer would appear, and this new deliverer would usher in the dawn of a new age. The new greater deliverer, following after the Bab, was thus to be the Baha'u'llah, splendor of the Most High. It is strange how these cults pattern so much of their theories on previous religions in their areas. While Islam believes that Muhammad was the last and most important prophet, Baha'i, arriving on the scene some 1,200 years later, stated that it has the last prophet. Both religions competed with each other in Iran. Baha'i takes its name from the Baha'u'llah. Baha'is are those who accept Baha'u'llah as the demonstration of God. For this age, now over 100 years later, the Baha'i faith, which began in Iran, has spread all over the world. The principal writings of this religion have been translated into over 400 languages. The United States, incidentally, is one of the main strongholds of Baha'ism.
Babylon the Great, belly of the beast. That's why. Right. Because where do you think the United Nations stem from? Yeah. Washington. I'm sorry, New York.
The Bab.
Good. No, it comes to my mind.
Monolith.
Right, because that's what they're about. That's why the building is into a monolith building on top of each other. We're gonna go back into Agenda 21.
Right.
Y'all gonna live on top of each other.
And that's what they're gonna have the slave labor camp. Yep. That's what they got that all set up for, so they can start housing the Negroes
under the Baha, under the
Edicts.
Yeah.
It says the Bab claimed that both his mother and father were descendants of the Prophet Muhammad, and thus tried to tie into the influence of Islam. Much of the mystery surrounding the Bab occurred when he was taken by Persian authorities at age 30 to be executed. The Bab and the young Emir were suspended by ropes from a nail in the prison yard. The soldiers, 750 of them, aimed their rifles and shot. When the smoke cleared, the Bab had disappeared and the youth was seen alive and home. It was soon discovered that the shots had only severed the ropes. The Bab was found back in the cell. Finally, the Bab was shot, and the Baha'i historians claim that the gale of the dust shrouded the city in darkness for the rest of the day.
Right. So this is the resurrection of Baha. You're actually getting to see how he got his mystical glory.
The Baha'is declared that God himself is unknowable.
Yeah.
I was just sitting here like, damn, that didn't feel right.
Yeah,
Like I said it and didn't get it.
That's John, ain't
it? Yeah.
He is only known through manifestations or appearances through prophets. They acknowledge that.
And you see how they try to cover it up though?
Right, it manifests through spirits, prophecies. Right.
See that? See how they the only ones supposed to know that type of stuff? But why we all can go get our book and show what happened. Yeah.
They acknowledge that Jesus, Muhammad, Zoroaster, and Buddha are manifestations of God. But they also...
How many people was it?
1, 2, 3, 4. They acknowledge that Jesus, Muhammad, and Zoroaster, and Buddha are manifestations of God. The prophets of Judaism, Islam, Hinduism, and the Persians. And they also believe that from 1863 BC on, Baha'u'llah became God's spokesman. Mirza Hussain Ali declared himself to be the expected Baha'u'llah, or splendor to God, who was born in 1817 at Tehran. The religion suffered a severe setback when two of their group tried to assassinate the Shah of Persia. As a result, Mirza was thrown in prison. After his release, he traveled to Turkey and then to Baghdad. It was at Baghdad in Iraq that he declared himself the promised one. The area where this declaration occurred has been called by Baha'is the Garden of Ridvan. Each year, April 21st to May 2nd, they celebrate the Ridvan Festival. Baha'u'llah put many of his writings on so-called tablets. While in prison at Cray, now in Israel, he completed the Kitabi Aqdas, which is referred to as the most holy book. It contains the essence of all Baha'i beliefs. Baha'is believe that there is one God for all mankind and that all religious movements work together for the final world order of Baha'u'llah, when mankind will be one. They strive for a commonwealth of the world, a one-world idea. They strive for an international system of currency and a unified language. Baha'is are forbidden to gamble. They are discouraged from drinking and taking drugs. They have no clergy and no multifaceted religious ritual. They meet regularly in a type of social gathering which would resemble a prayer and fellowship meeting. Their headquarters are at Mount Carmel in Haifa, Israel.
Is it
freezer?
Cut off?
No, it's probably still recording.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Here is located the shrine of the Bab. Just a few miles north, in the Cray, is the shrine of the Baha'u'llah.
Right. So as you can see, it went into the breakdown of the whole Baha and how they started and was founded.